Oh boy. I don't even know really what to say. I know it's gonna get intense. And I haven't yet set my spawn, so we are not getting closer for now. Although I'm seeing a lot of ruins, I don't know how much is like, okay, so that is clearly part of the devastation. So is that. That over there is better ruins, I think. So having all these ruins in close proximity is kind of awesome. That's like floating islands. And yeah, I don't want to get too close because there is something out there. Oh, and there's another. Okay, there are all the ruins over here. There's a literal castle. There's that, and then there's that. And then, of course, there's that. Yeah, I don't want to get too close because there is a boss. I don't know what its activation range is or how it will react once I activate it. So I want to keep my distance so I don't trigger it without having a spawn set. I think if I'm going to set my spawn, I'm going to do it where my boat is, which is over here. The elk is no longer visible, but the elk is tied to a fence post next to the boat because I don't want to log out with the elk still in the ship because that's how we had issues last time. Now, I know this is better ruins, right? But the presence of this ruin here plus the devastation there is very good for environmental storytelling. It almost makes it seem like this castle was here and the devastation is what led to its ruin. It's of course not what happened, but the fact that that's sort of that's almost a story that's being told is really cool. How do I get inside? Do I want to get inside? If I go inside, how likely am I to die? Wind up like this guy over here. Okay, we're getting out of here for now. We don't need to be dealing with one of those and everything else. Hello there. Welcome back to Vintage Story. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'll be perfectly honest, I could not have scripted that intro better than if I had wanted to do. But that's just how it works sometimes. We have a very, very simple cottage setup. Not cottage, hut setup here. Going to set my spawn point. So when we die, we wind up back in here. Notice my use of wordage there. When, not if, because it's pretty much a guarantee. Also, for some reason, my rope that I used to tie up my elk broke, so I gotta make myself a new rope. Okay, next, I'm going to cook up a bit more food. Since I have bread left, but this bread is good for healing, so I want to take that with me to fight with. And I am running short on vegetable matter. So cooking up some porridge with veggies should help alleviate that. I'm going to see if I can't find some peat around here. Otherwise, I'll just have to use lumber. And then we'll head over to the actual... Oh, there we go. I'm like, I know I had an X on here somewhere. And then we'll head over to the devastation and die. Probably many times. Alright. I just finished running a 14-mile run. My legs have officially stopped functioning. So let's go do a boss fight or two. Or whatever is involved with clearing the Devastation. I was just thinking I might want to find some flint so I can make some spears in case I need to, in case they will make my life just a little bit easier for this fight. But also it is, well, it's 6 o'clock in game, so we have a fair bit of daylight. I don't want to take too long, since I don't know if I have to worry about drifters and other nasties spawning while I'm in the middle of a boss fight, which would definitely make life very difficult. Large book. Can I click it? It is claimed by higher power. I cannot do anything to it. These books are flying. Or, well, suspended in their falling motion. I wonder what this blue energy liquid is. We find it in the Residence Archive. It's what powers the archive. So we are looking for a tower that is in the... I assume it's the center. There's our waypoint to the Devastation, but the waypoint, as we saw with the village, is not necessarily the exact center. There are Bowthorn there. There are... Ooh, these are the corrupted ones are high tier. Back here. Okay, so we gotta worry about shivers, Bowthorn, and probably drifters spawning naturally out here. And then we've got, of course, the boss fight coming up too. I have a feeling I did not bring enough medicine with me. Okay, let's move quicker. No more dawdling. Sheesh. These guys are not playing nice. You know what I'm surprised about? The temporal stability hasn't been dropping. And now, I get to do another corpse run. Well, not another. First one today. Take a moment, see how far I got. There's something over there, just beyond where I was fighting everything. So, run in, grab my stuff, and keep running. My biggest concern is the boss fight. I know a little bit about what the boss is, right? If that takes place outside, then I have to deal with all the, let's call them ads, as if it was an MMO, tag teaming me as I'm trying to fight the actual boss. Yeah, really wish I could explore this without having to worry about being attacked. Okay. Of course, everything is in the wrong spots. Let's keep running. I honestly don't know where I need to go. Ooh. That's cool. I felt like I need to go up there. Yeah, parkour up there. I remember someone on Discord mentioning parkour for this fight. But yeah. Shield's really not helping all that much, is it? Okay, what did we find before I died? There was that back there, which I didn't quite get to. There was that there. How's my armor holding up? Okay, not great. This might not be doable right now. I might have to go back home and craft up a full set of steel plate before we can really try this, because this is tier 3 protection. It's pretty good. But if we look at the damage log, shivers are hitting for 4 of 12 damage blocked by shield. That's pathetic. And then I'm losing 2.74 to 1.75 damage per hit. So that's only buying me what? 7 hits at full health. And because we died, we don't have full health anymore. Our nutrition is destroyed. Our max health is destroyed. And even with the speed boost for being an archer, the movement penalty from the armor means that the shivers can keep up. I mean, I'd hate to be anyone else. Like a blackguard, they would not be able to outrun anything over here. The only reason I could kind of sort of outrun stuff is because I'm an archer. Literally my point. Oh, and look at that. Now our max health is even lower. Yay. Take my elk in, but my elk would die faster than I would. for once I'm not being bothered, take a moment to sort of get a lay of the land. I really have no idea where I'm supposed to be going. I thought maybe there, but then there's a chance it's this over here. It could also be more further back. We don't have the nutrition. We are now surrounded once again. I think this was a failed attempt. Let's get someplace safe. Magically floating scrolls. Bow torn shooting over my head. And then once we're safe... Oh, you know what? This might be it. That didn't work. Well, we're a lot closer this time. I was gonna say maybe we can pop into creative, and just fly around to see what's to be seen, but I think it'll be better if we just come back in the future with even better gear than the meteoric iron brigandine that we're currently wearing. Go for, you know, a full set of steel plate and check it out then. I got one arrow back. I think I got both back. Yeah, 53. Because now it's getting dark. That thing looks nasty. Okay. Well. Yeah, that was an utter failure. So, as I was logging in to get some stuff done, 1.21 was officially released. And I was like, awesome. I know they fixed the spawns in the Devastation for 1.21. Let's update and try that out. Didn't work. Too many mod conflicts. So we're going to have to wait for 1.21 for the near future. Specifically, the biggest problem is culinary artillery and expanded foods. But this is a tower we're supposed to go to. These, not necessarily to explore. That's the tower. That's where the lens is that we need to get, and that's where the boss fight is. I don't think we can do it currently with our 16 points of health, practically no nutrition. I mean, we got our bow's fine, you know, our falx is fine, our shield is fine, we got plenty of arrows. We just don't have enough food to heal ourselves up. And to... Well, I say that. If I spend a day just eating up and trying to replenish our nutrition, we might be able to, but that would require us running the gauntlet again to get past all the mobs in order to get to the tower. Then once we get to the tower, clearing the tower is going to take a while. So what I'm saying is I'm going to try to heal up, and we'll see where we are. If there's no chance, then we're going to have to head home and come back once 1.21 is fully updated. Or once all the mods I use are fully updated to 1.21 and we can actually go tackle it again. Okay, one last try. Going to try to avoid as many mobs as possible on our way there. Specifically the shivers. Bowthorn we can dodge. Drifters we can dodge. Shivers chase us down. So, one of the updates to 1.21 is massively cutting down on the spawns in the Devastation. Right now, there are just far too many. I'm sure there's still a shiver behind me, but I can't stop to check. And I'm not going to. We need to get there. And then something cool happens. I did not see him. Oh, they caught up. Boom. We get close enough, you can now temporal switch skill. Hotkeyed Y, or if we scroll over here, it's the spot between our offhand and our first slot. So now we're not getting attacked. Now we can take a moment and collect ourselves. We need to get to the top of this tower. There's a bed here, which is practically useless considering we can't sleep away. Like, you can't set your spawn by sleeping. There is a cook pot. I could cook food if I had food to cook. There are also bowls. But we don't have firewood and we don't have food to cook. So it's not really all that useful, although it is good to know for the future. Or at least for you, if you're going to come out here. So now there's an elevator all the way up there that we can't activate. Okay, so now here's the thing. We're in here. We're going to need to jump back and forth in time to complete this puzzle. And we do that by pressing Y. And it's got a bit of a timer, so we can go back here. You see it's empty and it fills up. There's no way for us to get through this door to get to the other side. So we need to go through time, fall down, and we need to get through here. And that's the bossy here. We need to get all the way to the top. And this is a bit of a parkour puzzle. I did not... Huh. Now, nothing should be spawning in here. We don't have to worry about bow torn or anything. But we do have to worry about the boss on up top shooting us as we climb. All right, that was easy. Let's go back in time. You notice the walls are a lot further out than that guy's big. And then they were when you are back in time. Your position stays the same. Theirs does not. So if I'm up against the wall here, well, I fell. But you notice the wall was a lot further. You can absolutely fall outside the tower. I think something shot at us. If you are too far out when you transition. But you also need to use the debris and the transition to complete some of these puzzles. So I'm standing on this. I cannot go back in time. It says the way is blocked. Try another place. But if I jump and press it, well, that time it didn't work. There we go. Now I'm up on top of the broken half. I can jump up to here. Which should allow me to jump here. Think I want to jump there? Yes. Not that way. I am not particularly good at parkour. I will just, you know, come out and say that. Okay. Alright, there's a bit of a ladder there. We're gonna try this again. Nice. Nope, can't make that. Back in time. Ah, missed it. This is hard. The hotkey is Y. Oops. And I've got to reach in order to do that. Although I guess I can just do this and click, right? Is it right click or left click? It's right click. Okay. So that worked. And tip, stand close to the center when you transition. That way you don't fall all the way down to your doom. I feel like I'd want to get over there because that's like a it's a landmark, you know? That is different from the rest of the room. So it makes sense that that's where we want to go. How do I get there? Oh, that's got to be it. Get up here. Get up there. Get up there. And then from here, drop down there. And then jump over there. No, that doesn't make sense because we could have jumped over there before. Jump over there. I don't know if I was supposed to be able to do that, but I did it. Ooh, that was almost very bad. No, okay. We messed something up. Yes, okay. So that gets us up to here. Did I mention I don't like parkour all that much? I'm not very good at it. So yeah, let's actually scroll away from the time thing because if I accidentally click it now, we are plummeting to our doom. Like I almost just did there. Oh boy. That was not good. Okay, so we can't afford to make that mistake again. I should be a comedian. I have like the perfect comedic timing. Well, this is interesting. There we go. We've picked up a large Erel feather stem. Does 5.5 damage when thrown. I still cannot make the jump onto that or onto that. And I don't know where to go from here. So I get onto this, but I can't get up there, and I can't get up there. Oh, and we've picked up a short Erel feather stem. I guess that way you have a constant supply of arrows while fighting this guy. Of course, getting up to fight him is my bigger problem right now. Like, I can clearly see where I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to get onto this part here, so I can get up the ladder. But I can't get onto this, or these. I can't place anything. I haven't tried that before. Duh, this feels like a really dumb idea. Yep. Didn't guess anywhere. Okay, so something I've learned is your momentum is maintained when you transition. I cannot get up here. I cannot jump. When I'm over here, I can see that, but there's no way to get up to that to get to that. So, if you're seeing what I'm thinking, we transition to back to the future or present, stand on the bottom of this, and then try to jump this way, and then transition when we jump, and maybe we'll land on the pipe in the past. Or I'll just plummet to my death again. How did I mess that up? I got up there and then I fell. It's doable. Okay. And now that we're up here, transition, dang it. I need to be one back further. Okay. Haha. Finally, that took far too long for me to figure out. Okay, so this looks kind of obvious. We want to get over here somehow. Do you think we can make that? From the past. Almost. Almost. I didn't make sure I was full up on time. We made it. Oh. Okay. Stairwell. Past. Kind of. Okay. One, two, three, four. No, that wouldn't work. Well, I don't know if you're supposed to be able to do that, but we did. I feel like I cheated a little bit. Oh, that's the lens. And we can't take it. Okay, what about in the past? Unable to pry off the socket, a strange force is keeping it held tight. Probably our buddy over there. Okay. I feel like I'm going to be playing Dodge the Giant Crow. I missed. At least it gives you plenty of ammo to fight him with. I don't have a lot of health to really waste. Okay, let's take a moment. He's not healing, I don't think, so I can take as long as I need. Hopefully. Because we're low on food and we are low on healing. Using the trapdoors as a as a shield, essentially. I wonder if headshots are more efficient against the crow up there. I've got 11 of his feathers. I should probably move those to my hotbar and use them first. I think that's how it works. Okay, he hit me. I'm gonna just hide in my little hole for a moment. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of this just hit and run. Well, it's more of me hitting and him running. Okay, that time he hit me. Okay, that's the last of my ability to heal. Since we had no cattails. Or reeds or anything anywhere near this Hello, you're not supposed to do that to me. That was rude. Okay. Let's hide out down here. Maybe regen a little health. How did he hit me through the wall? Well, I guess we're just going to wait in here until I get a bit more health back. Okay, so I just heard the bird make a very different noise. And now I'm not seeing its health bar anymore. It was only about half health. So I'm a little confused. I guess that was it. We just had to get down to half health. Now how do we get out of here? I've been hiding out down here letting my health regen. That doesn't work. Do I have to do this in reverse now, going down with with very little in the way of anything? Okay, I think we can figure this out. Without falling, although, hear me out. If we go back to the top, go back to the past, and then jump off, we will die when we hit the bottom. However, then we can spawn in, run here, go into the past, pick everything up, and then run back home. And actually, if I just drop down there, that would serve the same purpose. And we'd be inside. Or we don't take any damage for whatever reason. We should have definitely taken damage from that. I am not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Mouth. Now we have to run home with what little we have left. We're gonna run in the past as long as possible. And now we're in the dark. I tell you, I'm missing the step up continued right now that we have on the SMP server, because I have to jump up every one high block elevation change, and the SMP I don't. I just run. Is there? Not gonna say it. Oh, that's a problem. The world's not loading in. Pulse, and we'll be back after this commercial break. Okay, so what's going on is sometimes the world doesn't load in as fast as you're running. So I paused the game, waited a minute, let the world buffer. Hopefully I'll unpause and we can start running again. Nope, host not responding. Pause again. And we're going to wait just a little bit longer. There we go. And hopefully we don't run into that problem anymore. And sorry, you guys can't see anything. I can barely see anything right now. Did not see that. Or that. Grass. We're almost free. I just had a thought. How in the world are you going to do that time travel stuff on a server? Like, if one person does it, does everyone go back in time? Or is it like client side? Only the person who activates it goes back in time? I am super curious how it's going to work out. We will find out eventually. One of the goals of this server is for us to do all the story content together. And we are safe. For whatever that's worth. Okay. Now I've got a lot of footage I have to edit of just trying to get through that boss fight. So we're going to end it here for today. I hope you learned something. I certainly did. I hate boss fights. I hate parkour. And, yeah. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you to my channel members for your support. Hope you all had a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Later.